Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Prey. So we are about to go. I loaded back into the game so the enemies might be in slightly different places than where they were before. We're going to go to these two rooms on the left. And then what I want to really do is find Daniel Shu, find the security office, tell me to look for Daniel Shu, then find a way to get out of Talos I, and then see if I can find her outside and maybe save her life, since in particular we're not going to kill the other person, the imposter cook. We're gonna get this golden gun, and that would be weird if there's like some kind of special gun that does extra damage. Would be great, but my concern there would be, what is that really? And at a certain point, I guess I just want to use all these signals to get rid of the nightmare. And of course, we still want to look for smuggling rings if we can. At a real level, it does make some sense to just straight up not fight anybody. Just like ignore them completely. But if you do that, then what's gonna happen is you're gonna end up getting something like this happening. Let's get, and then where is he? Yeah, probably is better to just, it's probably better to just straight up sneak attack the most difficult person. There's a loading thing here, and it's just straight up a lie. It said Talos I includes hundreds of people. There are not 100 people to find in this game. That's ridiculous. There is certainly a level here of maybe 100 people, but that would be about as much as I think we could say. Yeah, Daniel Shu is in the crew quarters. Who is making noise here? You know, they're just like running around all over the place. And potentially what this is a case of is that there must be a poltergeist somewhere. Let's see. We have found her. So I'm gonna set her as our location. We know she's somewhat that direction. Yeah, my concern would be some of the unconscious people that we left unconscious. Have they now just been turned into phantoms? And did we not really save them with the null wave transmitter? Because, I mean, I don't even know what really was supposed to have happened there. Yeah. Yeah. Thermal phantom somewhere around here, but all the unconscious bodies seemingly gone. Yeah, all I'm seeing is corpses now that were more stage corpses. So the people that I null waved either escaped with their freedom. Definitely not getting the bullets back. So yeah, unless there was just a lot of this, Skillet won't. Skillet. It sounds awful. And yeah, there's just no reset here. In a second gameplay, particularly if you just didn't care about killing humans, you would have killed the cook right when you first got through this room. And that potentially would have saved some more lives. But yeah. So I don't know what was supposed to happen here. Was I supposed to knock people unconscious? Or was I supposed to knock them unconscious and then drag their bodies to like some safe room? I don't even know what a safe room is. Was I supposed to not just even be in the crew quarters? Has everybody that I've saved just been turned into a phantom? Is that really what the weave does? Like, these are all corpses, and I know we had knocked some people unconscious. Well, that's frustrating, certainly, because I'm trying to play here. Interesting. Daniel Shu says she's there. Let's go check that out. Yeah. Okay. If anything, I think that pretty much confirms that even if we did have Daniel Shu set up as somebody to find, I wouldn't be able to find her in space. She doesn't have a tracking bracelets on. Okay. So let's see if we can brute force this as far as the treasure hunt goes, since we're here. Let's see. We have a 3, a 5, and a 6. And I think that probably means it's in order. Let's see. See if we can find one of these maps. Treasure map for Melinda is ELB. But there isn't really a number there. Alright, so let's try this. 3, 5, 6, 1. Error. 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, it just doesn't feel like we're going to be able to get that brute force. We can certainly waste a lot of time trying that, but it just feels like a waste of time. So previously, we didn't have the key card to come in here, and the fact that we found 2 key cards to come in here, I think really just highlights that they really wanted you to probably visit this area at this point after you've been to the thing, to the bridge. And had I gone to the bridge as just a side quest, I probably would have worked fine. There's not really a lot here. This would have been a high level hack. 2, 4, 2, 0. We now have a golden gun. Let's investigate this golden gun. It starts with a 17. It's favorited by default. 17 damage, 15 capacity, 15 meter range, and 60 accuracy. Whereas my silenced pistol maxes out at 17 damage. Well, I guess it's a good thing that we've been holding on to these upgrade kits. But obviously the accuracy here highlights that there is a kind of lie in whether or not the reticle is on a character and is going to hit or not. We don't have a ton of bullets, but if this can let's see. This can do a lot of damage and save us some shotgun shells. We probably should make it do with that. That being said, you see that the shotgun is doing like 104 damage. So unless the shotgun reduces its damage severely based on the distance, which it possibly does, you can see there's some water leaking here. Creepy music. And we were looking for the Lightner collection. That we're getting creepy music basically because of the bathroom. Will Mitchell. Here is where we want to go. So there's this poster, And I didn't really pay much attention to it before. And I need to now play an audio log. This pretty much means also that at any point there could be another safe hidden behind something.
The lock was keyed to the first concerto Leitner played. It was the first time Maya heard him, and we were both. I felt small in the light of his skill. I can play it now too, thanks to a neuromod, but only in my head.
You used a guest neuromod.
I copied their neuroscans and hid the data on my transcribe. Fabricated my own mods. I'm not proud of the act. Now, I'm glad I did.
So we've got a new scope chipset here, which would boost damage from kinetic blast. We don't care about that. And yeah, as far as crew quarters objectives, I think that's pretty much it. But I do want to take on somebody just as a challenge, so I'm gonna opt to go and investigate in the fitness center again and just see if I can find Daniel's shoe and see if she's dead or out of oxygen, or if she possibly is savable. That also would give me an opportunity to look out. And honestly, I am just at this point not particularly enthralled with the idea of having to do this. That's two now. Does definitely make an argument that there might be one in every location, or almost every location. Sneak attacks, restoring some health. Do I have something better than that? Protection against physical damage. Resistance to electrical damage. Movement speed while sneaking is not even something I think I really need. Yeah, we already have performing a sneak attack restores some health, so just equipping that a second time doesn't change anything. These things should be much more impactful. Yeah, much more important. Like, let's also, we're gonna do this. Set the golden gun here. Corpse. I swear these people were knocked unconscious before. So maybe this isn't more of a case where in this case a sneak shot on that would have killed it anyways. Let's see. Yeah. from the looks of it, she's not actually outside in space in an area that I think I could reach. She's in some kind of deoxygenized. Yeah, she was like in some kind of deoxygenized section. So if Daniel Shrew does show up as a character, like, can't really, she's probably not showing up there. It would be very weird if that opened up. That one's a little bit higher and a little bit smaller in scale. That would be a really hard one to hit. The red light there, possibly being an indicator. This is hardly the golden gun from GoldenEye, though. Like, that definitely deserves to be pointed out, that you definitely are not getting the one-hit kills that you might want to find. So if I knocked out the fake guy and left him there unconscious, he may be dead too. Yeah. If anything, this really just feels like my entire efforts have been destroyed. Let's see. And then I really should just memorize where Grant Lockwood is, because we keep setting him back up as our main character to find. Well, we're in the crew quarters at the moment, aren't we? Well, we found everybody in the crew quarters. So. Yeah, I may go back and just check the bridge. We cleared that out. Yeah. Just go back and check the... Now I guess is a decent point to potentially just waste handgun bullets, and that will let me get some shotgun. Yeah. See, I just don't... Let's see if we can listen to this again.
Show, Danielle. Head of IT. Dislikes you. Dislikes Alex more. Need to find out why. Note to self. Research. Chef Mitchell and a motive operator hack.
He hacked an emotive operator. So you never dated Danielle, did you? Date her?
Chief engineer. Not on speaking terms. Had brief relationship. You ended it when tests began. She believes it is because you discovered her medical condition. Paraplexis. Convenient, but false. Severing ties seemed prudent to you. Less painful, given the impending memory loss.
Okay, so you dated Michaela. You'd never dated Danielle. Danielle dated Abigail, and wants revenge for that, for the chef or imposter chef killing Abigail. Nothing in here. Any of these doors could really... A wedding ring? Nicole Haig corpse. Wow, so there's like a whole potential wedding ring quest. Sync is still not installed in here, so I wonder if that's intentional. Or if it's just a case that the game is glitchy. And then in Alex's room. It's crazy that his office is so big and the crew quarters are smaller than yours even. Like, does seem kind of unnecessary to have two different places. Why not just have the office and the arboretum have the office and the arboretum have a second floor. That would probably make more sense.
Diagnosing bruising, abrasion, fatigue. Nothing like that. Try to relax. All done.
Okay. We'll come over here and just recycle. There's really nothing else to do. Collect some material. Unless there was something up here that I never found. Which I don't believe that's the case. There's a double door barricade there, but we morphed through that. Yeah, and there was a bunch more, like red dots, in this area before. So let's check our stats here just before we leave and see how many humans we've killed. Humans killed, says 2. And I really wish there was a better system here where I line things up, because it's frankly impossible on even at a 1080p resolution to line up or highlight one of these to know. But yeah, it seems to say 2 is the number, which is fine. So what I would like to get back to is psychotronics, which would mean I'd have to get to the lobby, which maybe we do that now. We have, I think, another one of the super fruit to collect. We should go back to deep storage. That would be a good place to investigate too. Yeah, I think deep storage might be a great direction to go. Let's actually see how we would get to deep storage. Honestly, I think I just want to go in the guts too. Let's see. Talos lobby. It is very possibly a case. Yep. These things are still getting corrupted. Where'd that guy go? If I could get some Q-beam components, that would be great.
Hello, nice to see you.
So I don't even know what the strategy really here is around these operators, because they do seem like they just kind of spawn everywhere. And there it is. Oops. They kind of infinitely spawn. And unless it was a case that you needed to yeah. So it's possible maybe the idea is that you should spawn all of the turret things as quickly as possible. I really don't even want to just like search areas a second time. Dr. Igwe. I don't think it's supposed to be that direction, but whatever. Let's go and grab a super fruit. Like I really don't even want to. Yep. I'd rather just run in general. Dr. Igwe, it says it's that way towards the lobby, which I guess is true. That is just pointing you in the general direction of where you would go. Where'd his body go? I got greater mimic. That's just corpses from different body. There's something that's happening now that's refilling my health after a kill or after a sneak attack, which would make sense that because we did install that very thing, didn't we? That increased your health after a sneak attack. Right. We'll get a free repair. Yeah, fairly quickly I'm going to be out of bullets, though. We'll just be back to shotgun shells at that point, which is fine. So, it is, I guess, possible that things wouldn't have changed much around here. And yep. Yep. totally possible that things wouldn't have changed too much around here. Yeah, he's still unconscious. And yeah, we can seal him up there and try and protect him. But it does just seem like if I ever come back to the bridge again, there's a decent chance he'll be dead. And I don't know what the real benefit is in killing him. It really does just seem like that would be vindictive. Well, the benefit probably is if you killed him, Daniel Shu might give you the IT key card to get into that area in the lobby. But it didn't seem like that was directly how that was going to play out. Let's see, where does this terminal lead? Deep storage, that's where we want to go. Okay. And before we do that, let's go outside. We finally have the right person, Grant Lockwood, set up. Plus, we also need to go outside and scan the coral for the main story, so we can just move that along too. It doesn't feel like the game is going to stop us.
I've been thinking about the video Alex showed you. Your brother believes that version of you is the true Morgan. But why? Just because it came first? If someone had made you, then I suppose your truest self would be the one that fulfills whatever purpose your maker intended. I know who made me, and why. Did someone make you, Morgan? Were you made for something? If not, you'll have to invent your own purpose. Or have none at all. Strangely, of all the things I know about you, I don't know what you believe. You have to decide, Morgan. Who are you?
So this is really far away. And to actually scan the coral, I think would require us to go to several different nodes first. Now I've lost it. Yeah, I've lost the focus. Here, towards Grant Lockwood. There we are. So yeah, very, very late in this game, the moral play, the questions are being thrown out there. What kind of player are you going to be? Are you going to be a paragon of good or a paragon of evil? Or something in between, which is usually how most of these games go, is that they give you multiple options to do something good or evil, and the programmers have determined what is the good outcome and the bad outcome, and while even though those things are subjective, you often get penalized for thinking one way and not thinking the way the programmers were thinking. If anything, I think it's worse than there's radiation all around there, finally.
And
Agent poisoning detected.
Like,
Seek medical.
we can do an anti-raid rad here,
Attention.
but I need to find the space station and head back fairly quickly.
Radiation poisoning detected. Seek medical attention.
Well, you know what, actually, let's check the suit chipset and see if this is just a radiation. Add a jet boost to the propulsion system. Ooh, yes, please. Sneak attack, restoring some health is smart. Physical damage, electrical resistance, movement speed while sneaking. Laser damage, we'll turn that off. I don't think we do that too much. Anyways. Okay. Now, let's just check our status. Radiation's not that high. While we're at this, what did we want to upgrade? Sneak attack doing more damage is the right move. You have that all. And yeah, next move is just to save until we can sprint without making noise, just to increase our sneak attack damage. There's Dr. Igwe, that way, airlock. Let's see, power plant. Yeah, at any point, like, you could go to the exterior and use the exteriors to go from one area to another area. They really just wanted to make the game externally available to you in the same way that I imagined they suspected the Talos lobby was supposed to be available to you. See, I would half suspect that this is like the crew quarters, but no, that's the shuttle bay. So now that we found Grant Lockwood finally, which as far as an objective, that is just done. Unless we could find Gene Fuhrer in the power plant, which we were having real trouble finding that. My best hope here would be to find better labels to see if we can find the crew quarters and fly around the crew quarters. See if we can kind of squeeze through here. Some cystoids that way. Medical operator corrupted, medical operator corrupted. So and yeah, short of having some kind of telekinetic grab ability, it strikes me like that's not really the best move. Okay, what am I saying? Just 2 weavers? Two weavers and other things. See, I'm not sure. Let's get rid of some of these cystoids. Immobilizing that guy is probably not that useful. Let's see. At this point we're out of bullets, so we'll equip the Weaver gun. There's a lot of things you can miss. Come on. Okay. So we've got 2 Weaver corpses and a suit. Human corpse found. Interesting.
Scan complete. More specimens required.
Fascinating. It's holding the psyche of all their victims. Your hunch was on the right track. It's a kind of neural structure. Synaptic-like activity up and down the length of it, like it's communicating. Just one more to go. I knew you could handle this. Our father warned me not to stake so much of the company's future on your ideas. I was right to ignore him. We're a good team, Morgan.
Okay. So I'm assuming that the human corpse found here, 12 meters that way, doesn't have anything to do with anything. And that we are in this kind of internal area. This looks interesting though, so we should investigate it more. Yep. I just have no idea where I am in the bigger aspect of the ship. If anything, this probably just highlights that you can go anywhere and find something new just because there's such a weird design here. And if anything, I would say it's kind of an unfair design. Like, apparently this is the lobby. Definitely comes off as a pretty unfair design where somebody, without the limitations of floating in space and without the limitations of having this helmet on them, would have designed this area, and they would have just been probably walking around straight. They wouldn't have had to twist left and right.
You better do something. The reconstruction is destabilizing.
They're lying to you.
Search complete.
Excellent work. All that's left is integrating the data after you upload it. Hard to tell from just a scan summary, but... Wait. What is... There's some kind of neural tripwire built into the coral. Christ. Morgan, get back to my office. We have to get your data uploaded now. Hurry.
So there's a radiation aspect to these corals, and the corals look slightly different. Okay. Do we really have a timer on any of that? I'm a little surprised we even had this new scan. Yeah, we are getting a little surprised here with some extra things. Yeah, it doesn't seem to me like you actually have to do that at any real point. It would be incredibly unfair. Also, if there was a smuggler's catch out here in space, there's just no way you would likely run into that. Hull breach, cargo bay, airlock, Dr. Igwe. I just want to get kind of outside. Hull breach, hardware labs, psychotronics, cargo bay, power plant. Really don't have a great reason to go to psychotronics. Human corpse found, terminal. It's way over there. There is a little bit of a reason to go to psychotronics, though. Might be a human corpse over there that we haven't found. Yeah, you basically have to get on this entire other side. Like, that's the lobby. And it might just be a case that the crew quarters are not labeled. There should be labeling of the crew quarters. Because there should be like a hull breach there on the crew quarters. Hull breach hardware labs. Definitely don't want to go back to the hardware labs. Psychotronics. Cargo bay. Yeah, and you never really approach. It did like 50 damage. You never really just like approach the front of these docking ports in a way that you'd actually see it. It would make a lot more sense if your heads-up display was talking to you more often.
See you again, Dr. Yu.
Okay. In Psychotronics. Yeah. Is there any place here that really looks like the map? I'd say no. So, if I don't have a reason to be here, let's just go back to the exterior. We'll go back to deep storage, we'll do that side quest. That'll take us through the Arboretum. When we leave...
Microgravity detected.
Notice how on the left here they have to explain the controls multiple times. Yeah, and I just don't think I'd ever be able to really find interesting. There's multiple objectives that says this way to the hardware labs. I don't think that's the shortest path. Cargo bay is that way. The whole bridge to the cargo bay is that way. That's the lobby. It's marked as lobby, at least. Got like floating whatever. I don't know if those are cameras or what. We've never really had any reason to go back to the shuttle bay. I imagine that is something. Part of the problem here is because you're taking a lot of vertical transitions, elevators from one point to another. There's the crew quarters. Finally. Like, flashlight not really helping much. Fairly certain we already investigated the whole breach to the crew quarters. This is... I don't think that there's anything really here that you can interact with or deal with. You can, I guess, get some free heal. Okay. If this is a safe, that's going to be annoying. Okay. problem here is we don't have the map data on the crew quarters, so I'd have to kind of remember where it was, where this location was. Which I guess probably puts it somewhere around here. It doesn't seem quite right that this would be the pool, and you can see it's just like a metal wall there. So that is supposed to be the pool. If we're on that same level, we know it's somewhere around here. Like in that same band should be where Daniel Shu's body was. It definitely feels like the game should tell me better. 0G gravity utility tunnel, so that's the guts. So unless the guts wrapped around it, it's very possible that the exterior of this space station just does not actually match the interior of the space station at all. Or it's possible that they just didn't bother to put Daniel Shu as a either running out of oxygen character in the level in the outside, or she's just moved and didn't run out of oxygen and die. Like, yeah. A derelict shuttle we've probably already looked at. Yeah, they just didn't want textures, obviously, through these glasses. So they made the glass, I guess, somewhat scientifically accurate in that they seem to be filtering out direct rays from the sun. Okay. There's this other crew's quarters, hull breach. And we can see that says crew quarters. Let's just look over here and just kind of make sure that this isn't the pool. I mean, it really could be. Oh man. It really still is very crazy that you would have this like flashlight, and that's just a whole area with nothing in it. So crazy you don't have an infinite flashlight. And that really is just because they wanted this to be more of a jump scare horror game, which is in part, I think, just an example of them not really knowing what they wanted this game to be. in general at all. It is thematically kind of all over the place. Okay. So this is the crew quarters. Hull breach. We already did. Which is at the higher level. And I seriously doubt that there's anything we missed here. But unless the elevator changes things and twists you around, my assumption is that you come up the elevator and you're facing this direction, which would mean that the pool should be one floor down over there. I really am wasting a lot of time on this venture, but it would be surprising. I guess that would be a surprising bit of story depth that this game has not really offered. So yeah, it should be. Not really where this whole breach is. It's very possible the pool literally just does not point outward. It could be that that is just a full-on fake window. And yeah, unless this is a third hull breach that I've just never been to before, which that's not the case. So yeah, it's not making the most amount of sense as far as the twisting and turning on this. This indicates to me that the pool should be in this building here, but deeper down in this building facing this area here. Oops. Yeah. It really indicates to me that, like, it should be, the fitness center should be this enclosed section here. Either this square or this square. Is this a supply crate? Interesting. So, have there been supply crates throughout the entire level? Exterior world? I guess maybe there have been. Well, at least we learned something there. I feel like Daniel Shu is dead, though. Or at least she's not out here. So, fairly incredible waste of time there. Which, unfortunately, that's pretty much every time you come outside, is it's an incredible waste of time. It would make a lot more sense, particularly if you weren't in a space station, but even in space, for you to go outside and find that there is just a significant amount of regenerating resources.
Use my terminal to upload the data. I'll get it integrated into the fabrication plan for the new null wave device as fast as possible. And be careful. The Typhon will begin to sense our intent to harm the coral. They're gonna come after you. I left something for you on my desk that should help.
So the Typhon potentially are going to be stronger, so before we do that, let's go to deep storage and do the side quest over here. Now that the lockdown is no longer intact, we should be able to just easily walk through deep storage.
Morgan, this is Igwe. I stepped out for a moment. Miss Illusion's father, Andronov, the cosmonaut, he was here. I know he was. I'm sure there are logs, records in deep storage, but Morgan, you know what happened to him already. You've simply forgotten what you did. Miss Illusion, she may not understand. Do what you must. But if the records are gone, or happen to be destroyed due to the station damage, it would be for the best.
So yeah, he just wants you to destroy the evidence. There's a decent amount of people over there. Psychocharge seems to potentially be the only thing that would really kill things. Like, yeah, that didn't seem like that really would have done much. Yeah, that didn't do much either. Where's my shotgun? I wanted to check the levels here and see if there was anything here that looked like it might be that last area. I guess we'll have to keep a closer eye out for security systems, looking for the last of these. Like, any of them anywhere could, I guess, be it. Or maybe it's always got a red light under it.
Maybe I can help you.
That might be the case too.
Diagnosing. Looks like you've had a rough day. I'll have you feeling better soon. All done. You can fill out a service questionnaire at the front desk.
This looks like it might be one. Nope. Might very well be just red lights. Okay, so we're in deep storage. There's nobody in deep storage alive or dead that we need to find. So what I'm looking for here is either somebody who is listed as being in deep storage, but I haven't found from a different department. Or potentially just figure out who it is, the person who would be the next person to potentially look for, since we have so many of these found anyways. It doesn't really make a lot of sense now not to just find everybody if we can find everybody. I think going to the guts probably is the best move. Carolyn Weaver off station. She might be the most interesting person to chase after, but I'm not sure. I should chase after her first. Yeah, couple guts people. There's some nominal safe people somehow. Yeah, it just doesn't seem like anybody's in deep storage, so we'll set that as our move. And then I don't think we actually need to go down to this area.
My mistake.
Which that was a weird area. Certainly to kind of think about. Did recycle a couple things. I think what we really do is we just go up here. Just keep an eye out for any mimics. We've already opened the safe and looked at it. So the truth must come out. Let's see. So we could delete the audio file, we could play the audio file, or we could transfer the audio file. Now, as an objective, is that just like the 3 different options? Yeah. Let's play the audio file first. And
initiating test procedure 29.
See what we did to him, which is just kill him.
10655-32.
Subject 32 is in the chamber.
Psychoscopes on, everyone.
Do you have a family?
Prep the Typhon Cacoplasmus.
I have a daughter. They took me from her. I was promised I would see her again. I signed your papers.
Let's stay focused, everyone.
Your family. You must hate them very much to do this. I hear it in your voices.
Track his vitals.
32 is showing signs of distress. Elevated cortisol.
I guess you're supposed to just see
Nothing
who's
in the red
named
Look
here.
at me. Look at the man you're killing.
Mimic is in the tube.
Permission to release. Morgan?
What you do kills us both.
Release. Typhon Cacoplasma specimen is in the chamber with subject 32. Subject vital signs are gone.
Make a note. Replication followed the usual pattern. Appears unaffected by the subject's age. Morgan, did you get a good scan?
Yeah. Data looks good. Scrub it and send it out to me as soon as you can. I want a new design on the mimicry connectomes before I dive into the sim again.
So yeah, you're experimenting and killing people to test on the mimics on. transferred. So we didn't erase it. And then the power shut off on that.
Transfer coming in. Downloading now. Morgan, thank you. Thank you so much. I cannot believe it. I'll wait for you to come back before I listen to it. Be careful, Morgan.
Like, she has a right to know what the old Morgan did to you. And if anything, she's the most kind that the new Morgan is not the old Morgan, who obviously was a jerk. So, you know that the old Morgan's a jerk, which then creates definitely this weird situation as to why would you listen to January or December, either one. Like, they both were programmed by a lacking in morals character, and if we're playing as a blank slate character that has higher morals and just hasn't become, I guess, jaded to that, then we really just have to make our own decisions and play the game the way we want to play it, best to the best of our ability, to the best of our knowledge. Let's see. See if she's the treasure hunt thing. Morgan, read me. Last thing, O2 almost gone, imposter cook equals escaped volunteer, Luca Golbakin, track him, security comp in volunteer quarters, Normod. Don't let him get away. Interesting. So there was an email there. Wait, let's read that email again. Luca Golubikin. Is he on this? Volunteer ID. Let's see. 65537 is the last bits of the numbers. 27. But this says 37. So yeah, we've already dealt with that guy. I guess this has just got a red exclamation point. Security compromised in volunteer quarters and Neuromod division. Maybe I should go back to the Neuromod division. That would be an interesting place to go anyways. We haven't been there in a while. I keep waiting to potentially eat one of these super fruits. Now we have this wedding ring. Right. So this will give us minerals, and we need more minerals. Sort all of this. If I was to get rid of my fully upgraded gun, I mean, it's not going to give you much resources back, so it's not really worth it. So I'm just forever going to have a couple of extra spaces taken up with a gun now. We can, I think, probably get rid of half of those spare parts. And weirdly, I guess we do have an argument towards making some weapon upgrade kits if we can get away with that, which we probably can't. Yeah. Yeah, I still feel like there's probably a security key card in this room that I've missed somewhere. That would make some sense. But I also don't want to just wander around picking up things, looking for a security key card. Now my suspicion is that there's a security key card here. So immediately it really did become a case where even with the golden gun you aren't doing enough damage for the amount of bullets you have to make an argument for sticking to that. Let's see. Where's the weapon upgrade plans? Yeah, weapon upgrade kit would need more minerals. Make a newer mod and that'll automatically save for us. Yeah. It's just too many different things you could potentially pick up and you would just have to move. There is I guess an interesting thought to investigate here, since we were up here before, because we do now have the ability to jump higher.
I'm right here.
Which lets me get up here. Let's see, that is, I guess, just another way to get into that area, the volunteer area. Yeah, there's just a whole bunch of computer hard drives and such. Okay. So then how are you supposed to get up there? Wow. So the projection upward is a thing. Right. Come on. So you can basically go up anywhere now. Let's see where this leads. If this leads anywhere interesting. Nope, not really. Like, unless this game was way more difficult at higher difficulty settings, We'll just add way more enemies, or we're going to approach some new gameplay with much higher difficulties. This really seems just like stupidly simple. It's like they've created open areas for something that feels more like what would be a multiplayer level. Don't fall. Yeah, you would definitely expect this to be a level where you were running and gunning against multiple players and like fighting multiple people, which is funny because I don't feel like that's what Moon Crash is as a DLC. So maybe that's what they thought it was going to be at some point, and then they opted not to do that. Yeah, there's just a whole bunch of electrical panels that I just fixed, seemingly for no reason. And getting to the top of this computer core doesn't seem to really have a reason. There's nothing secret here.
Hello, good to see you again, Dr. Yu.
And if anything, it's just now easier than ever to wander around. Do we have any other objectives? Like, because we are really goofing around a lot. Let's see. Yeah, we aren't going to do this one. So we could just set that as inactive. Where so yeah, we should go potentially to the Neuromod division and just do that. The only other thing would be like the map and the other stuff. Yeah, I just don't really want to do any of that, so. Up we go. Brittany LaValle. Let's see. So you can't even just stand around and ignore these guys, despite wanting to. It wouldn't make a lot of sense. Let's go ahead and just play the rappel audio again. Did I go too far? Nope, didn't go far enough. You'd think that this would just become a permanent item that you used. Let's just make a hard save, I guess. It's crazy that this game only gives you like 20 saves, too. It just doesn't. Yeah, since we know this game has a new game plus, let's just get rid of save spot 1. Like, I definitely wouldn't go back to an older save just to try and figure out the 2 people I accidentally killed. Looks like green. So we have a Typhon Lure. Got some more neuromods. We have an anti-rad fabrication plan. Really is just leaving a lot of stuff for us. Pause now if you want to read this. Then utilities. Upload the data. Casper intercept protocols in operation.
Morgan, transfers hold it. Something or someone. Shit.
This is Commander Walter Dahl. The TranStar Board of Directors has authorized me to take full command of Talos I, effective immediately. All employees must now report to the shuttle bay for evacuation. Those of you unable to comply, transmit an SOS and my team of rescue operators will locate you. One last thing. Alex and Morgan Yu have been relieved of their positions. Do not consent to their requests or assist them in any way. Dahl out.
So we've got now these military operators. Interesting. Which are just straight up trying to laser me. And doesn't feel like the lasers are that impactful, but they actually are hurting me pretty badly.
Good afternoon, Talos.
We're locked out.
Don't forget that TranStar safety
Install.
standards call for a
He already has his hooks into every major system aboard Talos I.
labs for diagnosis.
I have to admit, I'm disappointed with our parents. I knew they had a contingency in place, but a small foolish part of me believed they wouldn't use him against their own flesh and blood. Regardless, we're not getting this coral data through until we do something about it. I don't like it, but you're gonna have to get into his command shuttle. See if you can locate his access point and cut him off.
So your own parents are apparently on the board, running the board. Okay, was there only 2 of those? Or was there more than 2? And see, I just don't know if there was a thing there.
Morgan, Dahl will know you're coming. All TranStar personnel are outfitted with tracking bracelets. I have no doubt his operators are already on their way to rescue you. Those bracelets are issued and removed in deep storage. Worth investigating if you want to fly under the radar.
And so we're getting a whole bunch of extra options as quests. Okay. So that weirdly changes the situation. Definitely makes a argument around just using a laser shielding. Beam shielding reduced damage taken from laser attacks. So you really wouldn't have even needed that at that and up until this point. You know what? This last chance is probably not that necessary. Yeah, I've been laser beaming nightmares and other typhons, but
Black box operator ready to deploy. Please stand clear of aperture.
so yeah, it definitely feels like now you have the experience that I think we should have had a lot earlier. I don't know what status I have right now. Status right now is suit damage or suit is significantly damaged. Let's see. Okay. And then military operator, another thing to research. Okay, my health is low, so let's eat this super fruit and see what that does. I just fully refilled our whole health. And then suit repair kits. We'll just do one. And honestly, it's not too much to do two. Now we go back to deep storage, and unless things have drastically changed, which maybe they have, it may be exactly the same.
Operator deployment resuming.
Morgan, I heard the announcement. No, I will not give you up. You are there for me, I am here for you. If you'd indulge me, I have a proposal that could get us off Talos I without any more bloodshed. Just don't harm Dahl until we've had a chance to speak in person.
Incapacitate Dahl.
Requesting new operator.
Yeah, generally,
-CN9
this is a case where I wouldn't really be trying to kill him anyways, because then that just makes me the bad guy.
Welcome. Maybe I can help you.
This is Alex Yu, speaking to any surviving crew of Talos I. I know many of you are frightened, angry. Perhaps you blame me for what's happened, but I never intended to harm any of you. Believe me, quite the opposite. Commander Dahl, on the other hand, has no intention of rescuing anything except the secrets aboard this station. You're all liabilities to the company now. Dahl, I'm sure you can hear me. I don't know what the board told you, but you're out of your depth on this one. Call up your operators, or at least help us hold back the Typhon. We're on the verge of...
Your brother, he likes a microphone, a spotlight. He can't resist, even though he's hiding. And you are running around like a nervous rat. I hear you, chewing the wires and shitting in the walls. Are you trying to fix the mess you've made, or just get away? I pride myself in being prepared for the worst, but this is truly a masterpiece. You should be proud.
So yeah, doesn't feel like he's a good guy. Okay, so how do we do this? Probably don't really have a lot to recycle. This would be a great turning point if you were using a lot of Typhon, like DNA stuff, because all of a sudden you could fight against a human and really use the Typhons against humans. Still don't really have enough resources for anything. I'm just gonna hold on to my resources then. Okay. The objective was... Let's see. Set active. Okay. Also set that active. Ooh, that could have potentially been helpful too. We have 4 more of those to find. You know what? It's probably just better to just set everything active. Okay. How would we deactivate a tracking bracelet when we don't know what our tracking bracelet is?
Dr. Yu? Morgan? Oh man, thank God. I've just been going down the contact list hoping somebody would answer. I'm in trauma center. I came up here to look for supplies. I think I broke my arm when that blackout happened. Now I'm trapped. Aliens outside the door. I could really use some help, man.
Where is he? Where's trauma center? I don't even know what that is. In the Talos lobby. Okay. What is my bracelet ID? That's the question. Zero 0913. Okay. 0913. I don't feel like there'd ever been a way of figuring that out other than looking in the objective. Yeah.
Clever lab rat. Now I can't see you. Your brother won't be so lucky. I'm closing in on him.
Do we have the brother's ID? And it does just seem like these military operators like to appear. Yeah, I guess that would really be asking too much if we had the brother's ID. And honestly, I don't even know if I really care that much to save the brother. I imagine storyline wise we aren't going to just kill the brother. Yeah, that wouldn't make a lot of sense if he straight up got killed by this guy and you had very little involvement with it.
Are you here for an appointment?
It's not worth the bullets to shoot those things. I could potentially hack them, which this does bring about the idea of hacking being something useful. This new guy's not locked down access to the exterior, so I could probably go to the exterior and do something with that. Right. So with my flying up ability, I can get up here. Which means I can get basically anywhere. Okay. I want to search the station map here. If we go to the guts, the guts are either going to lock us to psychotronics, or Shuttle Bay, and we really want to go to the Arboretum first. So what I think I'd probably do here is just go in here into the guts, investigate the guts a little bit to find a couple of people we're looking for, and then leave, which the game may not like that at all as a concept. The objective here as far as let's see, contacted me about Commander Dahl arriving on Talos. Igwe wants to meet with my office before I confront Dahl so I can propose an idea, so I probably should talk to that guy first. Map wise, this engineering level B is where the last code is for the treasure hunt. Noticeably too, it also kind of seems like either these sections are not marked the same way on the map, or we've just never been there. Definitely has been a while since we've been here, so I wouldn't have had like the leverage to lift things and move them out of the way if there were things in the way or anything like this.
Microgravity detected.
This whole gut section had the Weaver element around it too, so we were getting radiated, we didn't have a lot of health, we didn't have any bullets, we basically ran through this whole section. The way this whole guts is designed is questionable also, in that there's not a lot of logic to how things are laid out and oriented. This is what? Just a speaker. You can look out and see space, but probably couldn't look in.
Inspecting. Your suit integrity is compromised. Job done.
So I assume this is, if gravity was on, this would be a big vertical thing like this, going up and down. Safety platform. There's somebody we potentially didn't find the corpse of. So what I think I'll probably do is just go back to the cargo bay. It'll probably be faster to do it that way than it would be to do anything else. This whole game definitely feels like it should have some kind of XP system. So when I put out a fire, it gives me like 1 XP. Even if it's just insignificant amounts of experience, it feels like it should be something that exists to just continuously push the player in a forward momentum, really wanting to interact and play with things. There's very possibly a whole bunch of stuff here I've missed. Okay. Psychotronics maintenance tunnel. Command shuttles this way. So it does seem like there's a split. Let's move faster. Okay. We have a technopath that apparently hasn't seen me yet. And if anything, that just, I think, proves that the technopath only existed to give you a reason to have a reason to fight turrets and operators before this twist happened. It would have made a lot of sense to me if when you fully emptied a storage crate, you could collapse it and recycle it for free, not having to use a recycling grenade. That way you don't have storage crates floating around for not the biggest of good reasons.
Morgan, I've been thinking about what you've done, what you're doing. We all must act according to our nature, no matter what the psychologists and priests say. And your nature, I think I was right before. You are like a rat, resourceful, sly, burdened with a kind of pestilence of the mind. This station was your laboratory, and the experiment was a failure. And, of course, sadly, you know what happens to the rats when they are no longer needed.
It certainly isn't inspiring me to save him. Looks like these cystoids are just gonna burn themselves in a fire. But yeah, whenever you have one of these situations, it does create a weird area where you have a whole bunch of glue that perhaps doesn't make the most sense. And the technopath there is more interested in attacking me than it is fighting anybody else. See if we can find the other guy. Like, the operators should glow when they have something on them. And where did the corpse of the techno guy go? Let's see. I can repair or attempt to repair that. I could hack it. But honestly, I don't think either one is actually necessary. I think I can just leave them alone, and they are so damaged. So the other path would have been to go through that tunnel. I'm not sure I've ever been through that tunnel. So I'm at 219 now. Critical attack that did only 1 damage. There. With a wrench. $84 meters from that area. Maybe that is the telepath's body. Way over here. No. It just flew off into some corner. It definitely seems like it likes to fly off in corners. Far, far corners. I'm checking all these safety platforms to see if possibly they have this subway seems to be working, at least to some extent here. That's the shuttle bay entrance. That just hit me. So let's see, a corrupted engineer guy pay attention to that first. I don't want to die here accidentally. Who knows when the game will save. Okay. There is a telepath here. And I need the Q-beam to take it out because nothing else works. No, just cystoid stuck. So there was security operators and a telepath, both just stuck on those sides, which definitely implies to me that they wanted you to address and attack this character from the other side. And I guess honestly it's not worth it to get 15 Typhon organs if you're flying around like this. And these are those floating automated cargo containers, so you would think that there would be some system to that where you could control those and maybe move at least one of them. This takes us to the cargo bay. Let's look around here some more.
Suit integrity damaged. Aperture cleared. Operator deployment resuming.
Right, there's a thing here to investigate. So these immediately attack you and they immediately laser your suit more than anything else. They are hurting you otherwise, but...
N-C89 black box operator ready to deploy. Please stand clear of aperture.
I'm just like chasing after this while another one is attacking me.
Requesting new rating.
Yeah. If anything, it feels like the game is going to actively help you have a ton of Q-beam stuff first. Here's a hack that we really wouldn't have been able to do last time we were here. Man, that was a tight gap. Still plenty of time though.
Requesting new operator. clear of aperture.
I am not a threat. I am a search and rescue operator looking for medical contacts. Contact.
Yeah, as soon as it says contact it. Let's hack. Let's see what a hack does on this. Level 4 hacks. So this would be the reason you would have to actually get to level 4 hacks if you were going to ignore all the other incidental level 4 hacks. Alright. And so now this hacked military operator. Let's see if we hit this. Where am I? Like, it's hard to even know where we are and what we're doing. Let's see. Email. I'm in position here in the cargo bay. Once I execute cargo processing commands on the end, we will have time to activate it on your side in guts. This should re-establish cargo transmit. Thanks for helping me with this next time. I promise I won't forget my transcribe. I swear I had it with me this morning. It's like it grew legs and walked away or something. Instant you ping me, I will trigger on this side. I don't know what this is all about. Cargo processing requires activation. System must be activated both from guts and cargo bay within 8 minutes, otherwise the system must be well, doesn't it seem like so we have like 8 minutes now to activate in cargo bay. Right. This is an operator dispenser that's been hacked by Casper. Oh, I see what's going on now. I think I understand it at least. To cargo bay we go. Here we have a locked area that I guess we'll deal with later. We're going a little long today, but it would be really dumb to stop things as we go.
Microgravity detected.
Right. Let's go ahead and equip our shotgun. We're low on shotgun shells with it, but we're even lower on handgun shells, so we're just low on everything. So this was that area. This is that door. Let's take this off so that we can kind of figure out which door it was. Does sound like there's probably a mimic around here.
Normal gravity detected.
multiple objectives. Going back to life support. It's not what we're going for.
N-CN9 black box operator ready to deploy. Please stand clear of aperture.
Piece of shit trash can!
Son of a bitch!
Ah! Shut it down! Go to hell!
So like all of these things now have just been hacked.
N-CN9 black box operator ready to deploy. Please stand clear of aperture.
Let's see what happens if we just did this.
Please clear aperture of debris.
So that's the new thing. No plans to fabricate. Right, where? Let's just check the map and see where we need to go. So it is definitely trying to kill all the humans, not just me. Alright, so both are activated. Guess pause now. If you want to read this, this is just a... So I don't know if that was a quest that we just did to save all these people.
Please stand clear of aperture.
Yeah.
Ah! Shut it down! Ah!
These guys might be immortal, or there might just be another trick to this. Yeah, it seems like these people are going to die, and my best bet is probably to get out of this whole area. But I probably should talk to people too. Okay. Okay.
Checking for updates. Servers offline.
Seems like that one probably got zapped. Do I have, like, really nothing?
Suit integrity damaged.
Well, I am about to die. it does just seem like no amount of hacks really is going to save these guys, so I really should just probably get out of here. No amount of like turrets. What is my status here? Yeah, I don't know why I'm coughing so much.
Just give me a clean shot. Better not be anything. I'm gonna take a look over here. I don't see anything yet. Come out!
Face scanning. Target. No type of material detected.
Right. This door reopened, this door reopened. If these guys stayed closer to all of these guys, probably be helpful. Let's go ahead and, since these guys do seem to like to.
This is a pre-recorded.
I'm gonna take a look over here.
Put another one over here. And honestly, I'm just gonna put one here because we know where it's coming from. So I guess we knew the game.
Those were not the last of the enemy. If more come, we will be ready.
Now, I question, seriously, if we didn't kill somebody. Oh. Interesting. That's why I'm coughing.
Scanning target. No alien material detected.
Did we ever get in here? I guess we did.
Is Commander Dahl here to help us or kill us? We've got a chance as long as we stick together.
With the lifts operational, we could start taking back the
Dr.
station.
Yu, Mika told me. Quentin. He was smuggling evidence off the station. About the volunteers, the victims here. Guess he didn't trust me with what he discovered in psychotronics. I wish he had. I thought he was a friend. But thank you for finding out the truth. Reminds me to be more careful, more aware.
Okay. I'm gonna quick load here.
Microgravity detected.
Alright. I'm gonna rush here. I'm gonna activate this. Then I'm going to ignore everything else as it was, and then I'm going to run back into the guts. Seemingly there is this secret timer that you would have to know about. And if you didn't know about the secret timer, then you would let what just happened happen, which is a failure that does not really feel like it's my fault.
Microgravity detected.
At a certain point, maybe there is an argument to just straight up taking on this bad guy. You would think you would fight him a lot more. Open the cargo doors in the guts.
N-CN9. Operator ready to deploy. Please stand clear of aperture.
Life support, which would be the fastest way. Like you go to cargo bay life support, and then Talos lobby, That's probably the only way you can go. And, like, apparently things are built on shipped from the moon. I guess this is where we would have to end this episode, because we could just keep on going and keep on going. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and get me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.